There's a couple of kids in Texas that struck out everybody they faced a time or two.
Ten. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Harper finishes his warm-up tosses. Hubbard throws it down. It'll be Banks, Ray, Zeus Hutchison, and back to the top of the order, Luke Boone. What Banks, Ray, do his last
Monday afternoon, Frank?
6th inning, line drive double over the center fielder's head that drove in 3 runs and tied the game.
And the Scrappers went on to win it in the bottom of the 7th with a walk-off hit by Kirby, 6-5. It was a good one. Ray, the senior, stands in from the right side. Takes the ball outside. Had injury problems last year. And he's glad to be healthy and swing and a miss. Harper takes a little off, and Ray comes up empty. And a ball dips low. Now Ray up in the count 3-1. Way outside, and Ray takes a free pass.
Right with the ball. Coming up, number 2, Zeus Hutchinson.
Zeus Hutchinson, before he steps in the box, taking a long look at Coach Stewart. Hutchinson got good speed in the batter's box. He hits in that 9th hole, kind of like that second leadoff man. Gets a call in center field today. He shows bunt, gets it down, and boy, it's a dandy. And the throw into the right field corner. Ray's going to score. Hutchinson's going to get at least the third. He keeps bringing him on around. And here comes Hutchinson. He's going to have a little league home run, Frank.
That's what they call him. It was a good bunt. He was going to beat it out. That was one of those you just put down as a one base and should have put it in his pocket. But he tried to make the throw off balance. He threw it wild down into the right field corner. Right fielder bobbled it trying to pick it up. And Hutchinson comes all the way around to score.
Circles the bases on a bunt single after the error, and Boone takes the ball high. It's 5-1 Nashville. High swing from Boone. Comes up empty. Ray walked. Hutchinson laid down a perfect bunt, as Frank said, down the third baseline. Was going to beat it out. Third baseman, instead of putting it in his pocket and giving up the infield hit, threw it into the right field corner, and Hutchinson circled the bases. Ground ball to first, and it's foul just outside first. Their first baseman, Keegan Simmons, picks it up. Boone walked to lead off the game, but a couple of pitches later was thrown out trying to steal. Boone had a pitch to hit then, Frank, and fouled it off.
A little bit over the top of it then.
The Scrappers have already plated 2. A walk, a hit, and an error. And way outside now to Boone. Full count. inside, and he walks it. Second time today, Boone's drawn a base on balls. And Coach McCauley comes out to have a little word with his pitcher, Wes Harper. Frankie's Prescott team, and I don't have their grades, their classification on the score sheet, but they look awfully young to me at 4 or 5 positions.
Yeah, they've got several, obviously, 9th or 10th graders playing out there for them.
Coach McCauley talking to his pitcher and catcher. Coach Stewart down there talking to Gray and Chambers. And Boone has come over from first. He goes back down there to join Todd Ledford. Frank, we mentioned it, I think, Monday, but good to have Todd Ledford on the Scrapper coaching staff this year. He's a long-time coach and a really good guy from this area, from the Texarkana area.
Yeah, I went down to visit with him before the game, and he said probably the first place we ever talked was right here on this baseball field.
Oh, great Munson, and what a good play, and it's going to be a double play. Oh, their catcher's made a couple of plays. Great Bunsen, it's a pop-up right in front of the plate. The catcher, Hubbard, lays out and quickly gets up and throws to first and doubles off Boone. Their catcher's been the star of their game so far.
He has a really good throw right then. He came out of that crouch in a hurry then. Made a great diving catch right there just down the third base line and stepped up and threw a strike down to first to complete the double play.
And Chambers hits it the other way, and it's going to get out for a base hit. Chambers fists ones into left center field.
Chambers with the right base hit, brings up number 13, Mason Honey.
Big play in the 3-run Scrapper first was Honey hitting a fly ball to left field, and the left fielder misplayed it. Now Honey shoots it down the line, but just foul about a foot. He hung one, and Honey turned it loose, Frank.
He did. He hammered it. Just couldn't keep it in fair territory.
"5-1 Nashville here in the second. Honey fouls another one off. Shakes him up over in the Scrapper dugout, but he's in the hole 0-2. 2 outs, Chambers at first. And a wild pitch will put Chambers down at second. Way outside. No chance for the catcher, Hubbard. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch. He fools Honey with a little breaking ball off the outside edge, and down goes Honey. But the Scrappers pick up a couple of runs on 1 hit, a big error in there, and the Scrappers take a 5-1 lead. Honey will go back to the mound, be the top of the third, come back and join us in 1 minute on B99.5. Thank you, sir. Top of the order for the Curly Wolves will be their catcher, Spencer Hubbard, leading off. Scrappers enjoy a 5-1 lead here in the third. Senior right-hander Mason Honey finishes his warm-up tosses. Gage Green throws it down.
Carly will be back to the top.
Frank, I look at the flag. Maybe it's not quite as straight out as it was, but there's still a lot of wind.
Yeah,
out
we're
there.
still having plenty of wind. It's supposed to die down just a little bit. Not going to get below 10 miles an hour during this game.
Hubbard stands in from the right side, open stance for their catcher.
He was a strikeout victim his first time up.
And a ball high. And a strike over the outside edge. Infield plays Hubbard straight away. Outfield straight away except for Gray and right. He is shaded toward the line.
Only I struck out 5 and had an assist on the 6th out.
And got Hubbard set up at 1-2, and a curveball goes low. Bouncer up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. And Hubbard reaches. That's their third hit.
That for the Carly Wolves. Pitcher number 4, Wes Harper.
And Wes Harper, their pitcher coming up, has one of them, and their first baseman Keegan Simmons right behind him has the other. They've all three poked the ball into center or right center field. Swinging a foul. Hubbard had a pretty good lead over there that time.
I think you spoke too soon about that wind. It started to kick up again.
Yeah, the the flag is straight out now. I guess it took a little break. Yeah, the tree's really blowing out in left and center field. Swinging a foul back against the screen. Pretty good cut by their pitcher, Harper. Kirby holds against the runner. Swinging another foul. Harper gets a pretty good rip at it.
He does. He got a nice swing.
Honey from a set position. Here he comes. Swinging a miss that time. Took a little off, and Harper comes out empty.
Yeah, good pitch then.
And Mr. Honey, he's racking up some Ks today, Frank.
That's number 6 on the day.
Keegan Simmons.
Keegan Simmons is the batter.
Long time ago, Keegan and Mason Honey used to play together.
Really?
Yes, sir.
And Honey gets the best of that pitch as Simmons comes up empty on a high fastball. Simmons, the Curly Wolf first baseman. Honey steps off. Ball up and in. Quick throw down to first by Green. And Hubbard dives back in safe. One and one on the batter, 5-1 Nashville. And a strike. Simmons steps out, swings the bat a couple of times. He's back in now, down 1-2 in the count. Jaden Pirtle on deck. Just outside. I think Honey wanted that one, Frank.
Yeah, he did. That was close.
Takes a hack at a ball at his shoulders and fouls it back against the screen. When you can hear that wind in the press box, it's gusting pretty good, Frank.
Yeah, it is. Watching the trees and the flag.
Ball goes high. Simmons has got the count back full. There goes the runner. Swinging a base hit. Good job. Gray fields it quickly and gets it back in and going to hold the runner to second base. And Simmons is 2 for 2. Frankie's poked 2 into right field.
Yeah, they had a good slash hit right then.
Next up, number 14, Jaden Hurt.
Runner didn't see it. He went sliding into second. Time he got up, we had the ball back in and hold him to second base. Good heads up play. Good job by Gray getting to that ball and getting it in.
Getting back in a hurry. Now the Curly Wolves have a threat. And a ball fouled off to the right side over their batting cage. First and second, 1 out. 2 singles. A strikeout sandwiched in between with Nashville up 5-1 here in the third.
Hurdle was a strikeout victim his first time.
Ball low, Green keeps it in front. Now we're going to bring a runner in at first base. It's Justin Culp. Culp comes in to run for Simmons. He's not a courtesy runner, he's a pinch runner. Got a little delay here as the batter's not ready and umpire's trying to get Cup on their scorecard. Now Honey's set. Pop up into short right center field. It's going to drop. We're going to get to Forrest at second. And Frank, that was one of those C&I balls. It's going to be a fielder's choice. Did Gray or Hudson throw it in? Gray?
Gray threw that in.
9-4. Just a little flare, and you could tell it was going to be in no man's land.
West Cornelius.
So Pirtle reaches on the old 9-4 fielder's choice. And a break for the Scrappers, and there's 2 outs, but there's runners on first and third. Swing and a miss, good pitch. Cornelius, their center fielder, he was called out on strikes the first time. Let's see if they want to send their runner from first base. Not going, swing and a miss. Honey gets the ball in under his hands, and Honey's got him set up. 2 hits. Have the Curly Wolves at first and third with 2 outs. High swing. Quick throw down to third. And they appealed, said he didn't go. Frank, I kind of thought he went on that high swing, personally. But
Yeah.
now the runner on first ends up at second. Swing and a miss on a curveball, and Honey gets the strikeout and gets out of the miss, so no runs on a couple of hits. No errors, a couple left. Bottom of the third, Nashville tries to add on to a 5-1 lead. We'll be back in 1 minute on B99. All right. The Curly Wolves make a pitching change, and they bring in from first base the right-hander Keegan Simmons. Pirtle goes from left field to first base. See if Harper stays in the game.
Number 19, Keegan Simmons.
Cornelius is now in left field.
So they've got several changes, but the main one is they make a pitching change. Big right-hander. Wes Harper had a small frame young man, and the big first baseman Keegan Stewart into the mound.
We got a new center fielder.
That's Bollinger out there in center field, which means we got a new shortstop as well. It's number 12. I don't have him down.
"12" is the catcher. Hubbard is gone to short. So we've got a new catcher, and you can't see his number for his protector.
It's a single digit, that's all I can
And
tell
he
you.
got long hair and he's small. I think that's the pitcher.
It may be. I believe it is.
That's Harper, yeah.
Yeah.
Play merry-go-round out there.
Merry-go-round with the defense. As it sets up, though, Simmons is the pitcher. Harper is the catcher. He goes from the mound behind the plate.
Harper closed out the day with 2 innings pitched, 5 runs, 4 hits, struck out 3, walked 4.
Gage Green leads it off. Green's 1 for 1 with a couple of RBIs. And a breaking ball goes low. Sun out and the wind's out here at Wilson Park. Got baseball the next 3 days here. Ball way outside. After this pitch, we'll let JT go over the Ralph Gross schedule for tomorrow and talk about some changes that's come about for Friday and Saturday. Rain in the forecast Saturday. And ball 3 to Green. He'll probably take a pitch. JT?
Yeah, so we'll play game 1 today, and then tomorrow Magnolia will take on Prairie Grove at 3 o'clock. That'll be followed by Shiloh Christian and Genoa Central at 5:30, and then Mayflower and Star City will close out the Thursday night at 8 o'clock.
Green takes a walk on 4 pitches, and we're going to have a courtesy runner out there for him. That'll be Peyton Hill coming out to courtesy run for the catcher.
Then on Friday, games will start at 3 o'clock, and then they'll be those will all be hour and a half, 2-hour time limits. That'll start at 3, 4:45, 6:30, and 8:15.
And Frank Simmons has not gotten close to the plate yet, and mechanically he's kind of messed up right now.
Yeah, he's out of whack.
There's another ball low at 6 straight as they bring him in from first base.
Kirby had a big double his first time up today. Drove in a run.
First pitcher Harper did a nice job. He was around the plate. And ball 3 as the ball gets in the dirt. Hill goes to second and he gets away, and now he goes to third. What do you think, Frank? Wild pitch in the arrow?
That's what I'm putting in the scorebook. I'm going to give the error to the catcher on the throw, but I think the second baseman should have caught that ball.
Should have knocked it down anyway. If Kirby can get a strike, he can get an RBI. Infield's back. And the first strike of the day by Keegan Simmons. 3-1 now. Kirby will be looking to crank. Ball 4. Game moving along until this inning, and it looks like
Carson Kirby draws the walk. Next up, number 23, Jaden Goodson.
after the pitching change, Curly was having trouble finding the plate. First and third, let's see if Kirby wants to run. Scrapper's up 5-1. There he goes. Swinging a pop-up. He's got to get back, and who's going to catch it? Nobody's going to catch it, but they should get to force at second, and they do, and the run will score. Frank, that was another one of those sun and wind, and the second baseman couldn't make a play.
Next up for the Stripers, number 5.
No, he couldn't. That was right on the edge of the grass right there. He went back there. He was still waddling around trying to get under it, and he needed one more step back.
And Green will get an RBI on that only because it was a fielder's choice. That's the way I'd score it, wouldn't you, Frank, I think?
Yeah, that'd be Goodson with the
I'm sorry,
RBI.
Goodson with an RBI. He reaches on the fielder's choice, not the traditional way you would do that, but now the Scrappers up 6-1. Here's Ray. He walked his first time up. Goodson almost gets hung up between first and second, but gets back. Game has slowed down, and not a lot of enthusiasm in the park now as it's windy and cold out there. And games slow down, Frank, when the pitcher can't throw it across the plate.
It really does. It puts everybody, fans on their heels, defense on their heels, announcers on their heels.
2-1 to Ray. Ball inside. Simmons doesn't get it up there very hard, and he's had trouble finding the plate since he's come in. One out here in the third. Nashville up 6-1. And Ray takes another free pass.
Runners on first and second.
Simmons has faced 4. He's walked 3 of them.
Hutchinson.
Zeus Hutchison up. Zeus gets the start. He got a base hit. We talked about it a while ago. He had a perfect bunt single. They tried to throw him out at first and threw it in the right field corner. And with Hutchison's speed, he got the Little League home run. Frank, he never stopped running.
No, he thought he was going to stop at third, and coach kept waving him. He had to kick in a little extra gear, but he has that extra gear.
Now he pops it up in the left. That'll be an adventure. Left fielder under it and makes the play, and Goodson just barely gets back to second base.
Hutchinson flies out to left field.
So 2 outs for Boone. Boone doesn't have an at-bat in the scorebook right now as he's walked both times.
Looks like Madden Arnold's going to bat.
Yeah.
Madden Arnold is back. Half swing and Arnold went. Arnold, the starting shortstop. Boone was DHing for him. And now Arnold takes a little cut and fouls it back against the screen. He's quickly in the hole, 0-2. Runners at first and second. Scrappers have scored a run. Just inside. Arnold ducks away. Goodson running at second, Banks Ray at first. 1-2 pitch to Arnold. Here he comes. Swinging a tapper. foul about 3 feet outside third. Third baseman Dalton Stockton gets it back in. Swinging a foul this time, he shoots it past the Scrapper dugout. Ball gets in on his hands and he pulls it foul. Here's the pitch. Just inside. Simmons wanted that pitch.
Well, he's struggling. When you're struggling like that, you want him, that's for sure. You're close, you're just hoping you get a break.
2-2. And just high this time as he throws a little soft hook up there. Now the runners will be going. Scrappers up 6-1. 3-2, runners at first and second. 2 outs in the third. And the pitch. Swinging a line drive, just foul, about a foot foul over the third baseman's head. And that one would have played it too, Frank, had it have been about 12 or 15 inches over.
Yeah, he waited on it good. Got a good grip on it, just couldn't quite keep it fair.
And it hits it. Arnold hit by the pitch. He tries a breaking ball. It was just soft, and now Gray gets a chance with the bases loaded. Coach McCauley, he's pacing in front of the dugout. Kind of looks like he wants to come out there, but I think he thinks better of it. He's going to let his right-hander have one more chance at least with Hayden Gray. Bases full of scrappers. Nashville up 6-1. Gray can break it open. Half swing, and he went strike one.
Gray struck out and popped out to the catcher.
Catcher made an outstanding play on a bunt attempt. Gray fisted it towards center field, and it gets into center field, and it will drive in 2. Throw gets away, and the runners get down to second and third. Frank right off the handle, but it was, as they said about Wee Willie Keeler, hit them where they ain't. It just plopped in right over the second base bag.
Next up for the Strappers.
It did good enough to get him 2 RBIs on that.
Gray gets the base hit.
First hit of the inning. We had 3 walks, hits batter, fielder's choice. I put out at second, I fly out, and that's your inning so far. And Scrappers have put up 3.
And Prescott calls timeout. The coach out talking to the pitcher and the catcher. Their first and second baseman talking to each other on the right side of the mound. Their shortstop and third baseman talking to each other on the left side of the mound. All the Scrapper batters and runners talking to Coach Stewart halfway between the plate and third base.
The left fielder and the center fielder are discussing.
A lot of meetings going on out here.
Right fielder was just too far away. He couldn't get there before everybody broke up.
And Carson Chambers saying, I want one over the plate.
Yeah, get one in the middle of the plate right here. Let's see what he can do with it.
Chambers 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And he hits it hard right at the center fielder, and I mean just right at him. He didn't have to move. Chambers just didn't get around on it for the third out of the inning, but the Scrappers score 3 runs on only 1 hit. There was an error and a couple left on base. And after 3, Scrappers up 8-1. Mason Honey back to the mound. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Scrapper Baseball on B99.5. Mason Honey pitches into the 4th inning, and JT, have you got a pitch count on Honey?
Yeah, Mason Honey so far today for the Scrappers has thrown a total of 50 pitches.
13,
He struck out 7. He has not walked a batter, allowed 3 hits and 1 run.
And the shortstop, he's not the shortstop now. They had a lot of defensive change. Rhett Bullinger, he reached on an error. He takes a ball and now a strike. Swing and a miss. He takes a home run cut but comes up empty.
For Honey, like I said, he's at 53 pitches now, but 39 of those have been strikes.
He's been around the plate. Breaking ball, good 0-2 pitch. Bellinger gives up on it, but it hangs just inside. Now he strikes him out on another breaking pitch.
8 strikeouts on the day.
He's piling up with strikeouts against these Curlywoods. Dalton Stockton, he's one of those 8, back in the 2nd. Swing and a miss. And Stockton steps out. Honey's ready to pitch, Frank. He's ready to get out of that wind. Ball goes outside. Gage Green's the catcher. Goodson at 3rd. Arnold at short. Ray at 2nd. Kirby at 1st. Chambers, Hutchison, little tapper. Honey gets there and backhands it to Kirby. Frank, talk about that play.
That's a nice play right there. That was going to be a hard play for Banks Ray to make it 2nd. It was hit so soft, but it was hit in the right place. Honey ran it down, caught it running toward right field. Backhand flipped it to first base for the out.
And those backhand flips aren't automatic, Frank.
They sure aren't. Not at any level.
Curtis Stockton takes the first pitch. It's outside and goes back to the screen. 2 up and 2 down so far. Scrappers hold on to this lead, JT. I'm going to get you to tell us again when they'll play. And Stockton pokes another little hit into right field over Ray's head, a single to right. Frank, every one of their hits have looked like carbon copies of each other.
Yeah, I've got some inside-out swings. They're getting just over the infield grass for base hit.
If the Scrappers hold on to win this game, they'll play Friday at 4:45 against either Shiloh Christian or Genoa Central.
And if you're listening, I'm going to think most people would say it'd be an automatic Shiloh win, but I think, according to Coach Stewart, not so fast. I think Genoa is one of the better 3A teams in the state, Frank, and they play a little baseball down there.
They do that. They'll give them a good ball game, that's for sure.
Owen Glass, he's the 9th place hitter, and he's their right fielder. Honey strikes out the first 2 as Nashville's up 8-1 here in the 4th. Then Stockton pokes a single into right field, and Glass bats with 2 out. Ball gets away from Green. He has no idea where it is, but the runner can't advance any further than second base. Ball in the dirt there, and kicks off Green's glove or shin guard and goes back to his left. Kind of a helpless feeling out there, Frank, when you don't know where that baseball is.
That is. Get to panicking real quick.
Swinging a miss as Honey throws it by.
You talk about Genoa Central. They played Magnolia yesterday in Hot Springs, and Magnolia beat them 4-3. So
Yeah, Genoa's one of the favorites along with Ashdown in 3A preseason wise. Swinging a miss, and Honey gets another strikeout, and down go the Curly Wolves. No runs on the hit. No errors, a runner left. Scrappers try to add on to an 8-1 lead. They've scored in every inning. Come back and join us. We'll be back in just one. Scrappers hit 8 to the plate in the third. 8 and scored 3. Pitcher Mason Honey will lead off here. Honey, Green, and Kirby, bottom of the 4th.
Scrappers enjoying an 8-1 lead right here. They'd like to put a few more on. Go out and see if they could end this in the top of the 5th.
I know Mason Honey, he's enjoying those 9 strikeouts, but he wants a base hit.
Leading off for the Scrappers, number 13, Mason Honey.
Honey, a really good contact hitter for the Scrappers. Hurt a lot last year, especially early in the year. He's back for a good senior year.
He's reached on error and struck out today.
If it's effective.
Ball 1 to Honey. Honey, Green, and Kirby. Just off the inside edge, and Simmons doesn't get the call. And ball 3 to Honey. Simmons in relief of Wes Harper. Frank Harper was around the plate, had a couple of misplays that hurt him, but Simmons has had trouble throwing strikes.
Yeah, he's walked 3 in his first inning of pitching.
And Honey
And
takes
hit one.
Honey takes a fastball at the letters for strike 1. 3-1. Like JT said, Honey'd like a fastball down the middle right now. And he gets it, and he pops it up. Let's see if a right fielder can catch it. No, it's going to be an adventure.
And he
caught it. He turned around twice, and the wind blew that ball. That ball was just a pop-up, Frank, and I'll bet you that it wasn't over 10 or 15 feet from the fence when that right fielder caught it.
That was pretty close. He had to go back on it, and he got set, and then had to go back again.
Gage Green.
But he hung with it, made a good over-the-shoulder catch.
That was a heck of a play for the conditions out here right now.
Yeah, you can see that shadow right behind him and wind howling.
Ground ball, third baseman knocks it down, can't pick it up. Now he throws and gets by the first baseman, Green, huffing and puffing, and slides into second. And he'll be there on an E5. Green been all over the bases today.
I think he was at the base by the time the ball even got there.
Yeah, third baseman, he dribbled it 3 or 4 times over there, had trouble picking it up. Courtesy runner coming out there.
Batting out for the Strappers, number 34, Carson Kirby.
Kirby got an RBI chance now.
He picked up an RBI with a double in the first. He walked in the third.
Ball outside as the catcher Harper goes out and snares it.
He started catching. There was Harper, Harper was pitching.
Can't pull the trigger on a slow breaking ball. And it's a strike.
Yeah, number 12 was the catcher to start with, so yeah.
Little number off the end of the bat, and it's a base hit to left field. And they hold the runner at third. And a good job blocking the plate by the catcher Harper. But good base running by Kirby as he scoots down to second on the throw. That was a cue shot there, Frank.
Yeah, he got that off the end of the bat and hit it in a good place. Good job running when the throw came in. It kicked off the catcher. Kirby goes into second. Got 2 men in scoring position now.
See if Goodson can pick up an RBI. All their infield's back. Breaking ball way inside. Goodson ducks it for ball 1.
Goodson had an RBI in the third on a fielder's choice.
He heard from his teammates on that one, telling him to wear that.
Big cut on a slow breaking ball, and Goodson comes up empty. And a ball inside, and now Simmons is staying with that slow curveball. 2-1. Scrappers up 8-1. We play in the bottom of the 4th. And a fastball this time goes way outside, and he's in danger of walking. Jaden Goodson. If Goodson walks, Ray will come up with the bases loaded. And he does walk Goodson.
Goodson draws the wall.
And the last time Mike's Ray came up with the bases loaded, the score was not 8-1 Nashville. Scrappers were down 3 Monday night, and Banks hit it over the center fielder's head and cleared the bases.
He got a chance to do that again because they are playing him shallow in center and toward the gap.
Big cut and a miss by Ray on a pitch on the outside half. Center fielder really shallow.
Carson Chambers is thinking, stay that shallow when I come up.
No doubt. And a ball just inside. Bases loaded, 1 out, 8-1 Nashville. 1-1 count to the senior second baseman, Banks Ray. And he hits it. There's an RBI. Tried that breaking pitch, wouldn't bite, and hits Ray, turns his shoulder into it. Now here comes Hutchison.
Number 2, Zeus Hutchison.
Coach McCauley talks to his catcher Harper. Harper started on the mound. Now he's behind the plate. Honey flew out on a good play by the right fielder, then an error, a hit, a walk, and a hit batsman have loaded the bases and plated a run, and Hutchinson takes a strike at the knees. Ball gets away, but it was a hard read for the runner on third. That's Kirby over there, and he couldn't advance. Infield still back. Anything on the ground except to the pitcher will play at least one. Hutchinson takes a breaking pitch inside. Madden Arnold on deck. Shot off the third baseman's glove. It'll be a base hit, and 2 runs will score. And Hutchinson, he just knocked it right through the third baseman then, Frank.
He did a really good job by Jaden Goodson to score on that. But he hammered that pitch for a base hit and 2 RBIs.
Hutchinson hit it hard. Probably, I'm going to say maybe hardest hit ball today, Frank.
Yeah, probably was.
And it looks like we're calling this game with Nashville ahead 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 1. It's only in the 4th, but we're going to go ahead and call it. And the Curlywoods are not going bad in the 5th.
Due to the 10-run rule, the Scrappers.
So I was under the impression every game in this tournament except the championship game is going to be on some kind of time limit, except for today. But I'm assuming with the Scrappers up 11 to 1 that we're going to call it after 4. So Hutchinson knocks in the game winner. We're going to take a long break after JT talks a little bit more about the Ralph Gross bracket. Scrappers go to 2-0. JT talk about Thursday, Friday, and the schedule Saturday. Then we'll take a long break. Frank will come back with a summary, and we'll talk it over with Coach Stewart. We'll take a long break now. Scrappers win it in 4, 11 to 1. Come back and join us for the post game. This is Scrapper Baseball. My bad, JT.
That's all right.
My bad. You get old, you forget. Scrappers win an abbreviated game here, first game of the Ralph Gross tournament, 11 to 1. If you've been listening, you know that because of the weather forecast Saturday, there have been some adjustments in the schedule. JT's going to go over that with you right now.
Yes, so Nashville wins game 1 of the 21st annual Ralph Gross tournament here against Prescott 11 to 1. That puts them in the 4:45 game Friday, and they will play the winner of either Shiloh Christian or Genoa Central. Now, starting off Thursday, tomorrow, that will be Magnolia and Prairie Grove at 3 o'clock. And the Thursday games will have a 2-hour time limit. Following that Magnolia Prairie Grove game will be that Shiloh Christian Genoa Central game at 5:30. And then following that game will be Mayflower and Star City. Then as you move into Friday, the first game Friday will be at 3 o'clock. And those will have an hour-and-a-half time limit. The next game will be at 4:45, then 6:30, and then 8:15 on Friday. And as we move into Saturday, there'll be 3 games on Saturday. We've got a 12 o'clock game. That'll be out of the loser's bracket, and then a 2:30 third place game. And then the championship game for the 21st annual Ralph Gross tournament will be at 5 o'clock here at Wilson Park on Saturday.
And Frank, we look forward. I talked to Coach Stewart. I think our buddy Jeff Gross is going to be in Friday. Look forward to seeing Jeff. Hard to believe it's been 21 years since he's been coming here every year and helped sponsor the tournament, giving a scholarship to a scrapper athlete in the spring assembly every year. And we've had a good partnership with Jeff and his family.
Really have. He's done a great job, him and the family, hosting this thing and getting the money needed for it. Been a really good opening season tournament.
Well, unlike Monday, which was extremely and ultra competitive, Frank, this game was not nearly as competitive, but the Scrappers got some good work in. Honey had a nice outing. Got a few guys hit the ball a little bit, so off to a 2-0 start. Give us a summary and the highlights.
Final line score on today's game, Nashville 11 runs on 7 hits. They committed 1 error and left 4 men on base. Prescott 1 run on 1 hit. They committed 3 errors and left 5 on base. Losing pitcher was Wes Harper. Winning pitcher was Mason Honey. He pitched 4 innings, allowed 1 run on 4 hits. He struck out 9 batters. He had 2 assists. Only 1 out was made that he wasn't involved with in today's game. At the plate, Luke Boone walked twice. Madden Arnold reached base on a hit by pitch. Hayden Gray singled, had 2 RBIs. Carson Chambers reached base on a walk. He had a run and a single. Mason Honey had a run in there, reaching on an error. James Green had a single, 2 RBIs. He scored 3 runs. Carson Kirby had a double, a single, RBI, and a run scored. Jaden Goodson, an RBI, drew a walk and scored 2 runs. Banks Ray walked, was hit by a pitch. He had 2 runs scored and an RBI. Zeus Hutchinson had inside the park a Little League home run on a base hit bunt that played 2 runs, and then drove in the winning run there in the 4th inning with a line drive single to end this ball game.
All right, we're going to talk to Coach Stewart, but before we do that, we've got one of our newer scrappers up here, Coach Todd Ledford. And Todd's going to get a headset on. So Todd Ledford is new to the Scrappers, new to the orange and black, but certainly not new to this area. But first, Todd, welcome to Nashville. You got here, I think, first part of January when the second semester started. And personally, I've known you for several years. I've been a Todd Ledford fan. I really am glad you're in Nashville. How's it gone so far?
Couldn't have gone better. I mean, I'm privileged and blessed to have a chance to work at a place like this. Great kids, but yeah, I came after Christmas. Very fortunate to get started early, but yeah, it's great to be here.
And I know Coach Stewart's glad having you in baseball because you're kind of like some of us, kind of like me and Frank and I. You're kind of a baseball guy yourself. And also in football, what are you going to do in football?
I'm going to do the offense. I'm the offensive coordinator for Coach Chester, and looking forward to that too. I mean, I enjoy baseball. Kind of where I started off being a baseball player, but at the end of the day, coaching baseball, I love that too. I'm grateful to have that chance to.
And I can remember that a couple of weeks ago, I was over and talking to y'all, and it just kind of came up, and I said something about it. This was back in the day now.
Way back in the day.
We were talking about you playing third base for Arkansas High, and we had some pretty good battles with Arkansas High. We both had 2 pretty good ball clubs, and so kind of what goes around comes around, and then here you are back in Nashville. So tell me a little bit about when you left Arkansas High. I know you've been at several places, and I saw you mostly in Ashdown. Tell us about where you've been.
Well, after Ashdown, I ended up going across as head football coach, and then came back. I actually went to Texas first. I went to Texas High, was the offense coordinator there for 2.5 years. Went to Arkansas High, came back to Arkansas High, and then went to Hooks. That's where I went to Hooks, and then Atlanta, Texas. So I kind of bounced around up there in East Texas a little bit. Wanted to be back in Arkansas if the opportunity was right, and here we go. And this was about as good as opportunity I think you'll ever find in this state.
Well, that's great. And I heard back, I guess, in December, maybe the little rumor mill that you were in Atlanta. I didn't even know exactly where you were then. And you were in Atlanta, and then I heard you were coming. And so you got in here, and your first real competition, obviously football, real competition won't start for the fall. You couldn't have gotten off to a better start and a more exciting game. What about that Ashdown game?
I'll tell you, that's something I'm familiar with that rival. Just been on the other side of it, but it was good to be on this side of it, and you can tell things have not changed here in South Arkansas. Those two hook it up, it's going to be a good ball game.
Good ball game, big crowd that night. I thought it was a great time, good comeback for our kids, and so it was a good start. So.
That's right. Coach Stewart and those guys, they know how to fight and battle, and I never felt like we were going to lose that game. Believe me, I just kind of felt like with the orange and black, we were going to win that, but we were going to win the game, and sure enough, our kids found a way.
And I told Zach after the game, the word I used, I said, your kids showed a lot of grit, and that's kind of what you see.
That's exactly right, and that's what it's going to take, the long haul. Those are the things they come to play every Friday. Every time you play a game, grit will be there.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I told Coach Stewart that, wanted to get you up here and the people that listen to us on the radio, give them a chance to know you a little bit better, and we'll probably catch up with you later on in the season. But good luck to you and your family, and we're really glad to have you in Nashville, and I'm glad you're a Scrapper.
Well, I am too, and I appreciate you having me. Thank
All
you
right,
very much.
thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to hook Coach Zach Stewart up here for a second, and then we're going to get out of here.
Come a long way, we got a radio and everything.
Zach, you kind of fooled Coach Prairie and I. We got ahead 11-1 in the bottom of the fourth, and we're saying there's that 10-run lead, and then the next thing I know, we're shaking hands. So I guess game kind of out of control.
We
And
went with the tournament run rule. Tournament run rule is 10 after 4, 8 after 5. Normally we got multiple games in the tournament, but me and Coach McCauley, we just agreed to that before the game. That way we kept everything's the same from today all the way through Saturday.
all right, a little bit about, of course, the game never was really competitive, but Prescott, they poked a few base hits. Conditions were really tough out there.
He played against
Thought you had a really good outing from your senior third baseman, Mason Herman. Talk about the game.
We did. No, he came out at counter strikes. We didn't have a walk in the game, and they had 6 or 7 hits.
But he hears me talking.
And we talked about that after the game. Hey, if we're going to have a team that has 6 or 7 hits, and they only score 1 run, that's good. And then once we start adding in a walk or an error into that, then you start talking about that single they might hit to right. Now scores 2. So that we didn't have that today, and so that's why we're able to keep that score at 1. But our guys did a good job at the plate. We had to change timing. Timing's been different today than it was against Lake Hamilton. They had some velo arms. Ashdown had a couple velo arms, so we had different timing. We did a good job with I thought we hit the ball okay. We talked about before the game. Hey, anything goes up in the air just from BP this afternoon. Anything goes up in the air, hey, is it an out? It's probably a double, so we got to go. And our guys did a good job of pushing those bases, getting those extra bases.
Yeah, I thought we commented on that during the ball game. I thought you did a really good job running the bases. And I mean, obviously Prescott didn't have great arms out there and all of that. But your guys were heads up. They would take that extra base going second. They took some extra bases, and then your little center fielder, he gets a perfect bunt, and then he gets a little league home run.
Little league home run. I know they were trying to celebrate. Hey, can we get that baseball in the dugout? You know, laughing because that's a little league home run. But no, it was a perfect bunt. And that's what we want to do. We want to add pressure. I mean, even with a good throw, he's still safe there. And we talked about after the game again is, hey, if we're around at second base, that third baseman's not there, shortstop's coming to second. Hey, keep on coming third because no one's there. So we were able to work on some situational stuff, and and the next inning, in the same inning, we had a bunt, and we get off too far at first. We don't free up on the pop up bunt. So we're able to still work on our stuff today, but we got a lot of good out of it.
I thought you did too. So let's move on. Ralph Gross, 21st Ralph Gross is officially underway now.
It is.
And have a slate of 3 games. No use you going over it. JT's gone over it several times on the air, but you got 3 games tomorrow, 4 Friday, and 3 scheduled now for Saturday. But we're getting ready to play the winner of
Shiloh and Genoa.
And that's 2 good baseball
2 really good baseball teams. Shiloh lost to Greenwood 13-3. They were up in that ball game early, and then ended up giving up 10, I believe, or maybe 11, I believe, in the back half of that game. And then Genoa beat Malvern, I think, Monday 4-2. And then lost to Magnolia in a close one last night. They were up in that game, and they ended up giving up 5 actually in the bottom of the 7th to lose that one to Magnolia. So they're playing good ball right now. I mean, Genoa's returning all their starters from last year. Shiloh's returned about 4 starters. I talked to Coach Young from there, and I mean he's really excited about the season. And so is Coach Hudson over Genoa. So it's going to be a good one. And whoever we play. Friday is going to be a good ball game.
Are you ready to tell us who's going to take the mound?
Chambers is going to throw that Friday. He'll still be on the pitch count like everybody else is. Early in the year, we try to keep pitch count. We don't want to go crazy early in the year, but Chambers will start Friday. And, we've got everybody in relief, minus Boone and Goodson we threw on Monday against Ashton. So everybody else is in the bullpen for that game. But we've got to get some work on those arms because we go to Lakeside on next Monday, and then we go to Prairie Grove for the tournament next weekend.
And you're talking about pitch counts. You told me because you're trying to dodge some of that weather Saturday. So the tournament games are going to be a 2-hour time limit on Thursday, only an hour and a half time limit. So that ought to curtail the pitch count pretty well. So need to come out and get an early lead.
That's right.
And get ahead quick.
That's right. Yeah, you can't mess around and wait for the 6th or 7th inning because there might not be a 6th or 7th inning on Friday.
So we told the people, it was tough conditions. Obviously, Frank and I came inside today and in this nice press box, but the weather's supposed to be really good Thursday and perfect Friday. So mid-70s, winds down. So people around the area want to see some good teams. I mean, I'm looking. You got Magnolia, you got Prairie Grove, you got Shiloh, you got Genoa, you got Star City. A lot of good kid baseball up here. So I told me that our buddy Jeff Gross will probably be up here on Friday.
He'll be here Friday evening. We'll try to make a call on that on Saturday around noon or 1. But like we talked about Monday, it's 80% all day, but it might turn to snow and it might just not rain at all. So
you never know. And one good thing about our ballpark, if it's not raining right then,
we can
play baseball.
Absolutely.
You can play baseball.
Absolutely. That's just the issue is it's going to be raining all day right there.
So the Scrappers go to 2-0 this year. They've got either Genoa or Shiloh Friday. Ralph Gross tournament.
I would have loved to play.
Great competitive game
My
Monday.
senior year.
Got some good work in today. Look forward to your game Friday. The rest of the year you're going to be out of town a good bit for a while. So if folks want to see the Scrappers play, they need to get
up here Friday.
All right, Scrappers win it 11-1 in a shortened game today. This is Johnny Wilson along with Frank Preer, JT Carter on the live stream and the stats. We appreciate Dale Castle back